This is the game of the year. Welcome to Astro Bot. Astro Bot is a 2024 3D platformer, and well, really it's the perfect 15-hour advertisement for PlayStation. But trust me, it's a phenomenal game. Astro Bot serves as a sequel to 2020's Astro's Playroom, which came as a free game with the PS5, and despite being just a short 4 or 5 hours, it was actually really fun. Needless to say, I was one of the many that was really excited to get a full-length Astro game, as 3D platformers are probably my favorite genre of game, and aside from Nintendo, there isn't exactly a plethora of new ones coming out. Astro is just a little bot we control who must stop the bulky green alien and repair his PS5 ship while also saving his fellow bots, a lot of which are designed like classic PlayStation characters. Astro has a host of powers he can use to navigate levels, and he's going to need all of them, as this is no easy task. Well, let's not delay. If we want to keep gaming, we have to save the PlayStation world. Grab your controller, and let's take off into the galaxy of 2024's Astro Bot. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. Let's start with the gameplay, shall we? Astro Bot contains a whopping 90 levels filled to the brim with bots to save, puzzle pieces to collect, and of course, terrain to traverse. Many of these levels have unique features, like turning into a mouse, boxing gloves, a dog dash, and much more. After you've beaten the boss of each mini galaxy, there's a special level referencing some sort of PlayStation classic, where you adopt the abilities of characters like Kratos, Nathan Drake, and more, while rescuing bots in a format akin to the game the character is from. For example, there's an ape escape level, where you must catch the ape bots with your net, and in the Horizon level, you play as Aloy, shooting arrows and dodging tripwires. These levels are phenomenal, and are really a one-of-a-kind experience. One of my favorite moments in the entire game was getting to the ape escape level and feeling like I'm playing an entirely new game with all different powers, as this was the first of the special levels you come across. It truly was a blast from the past and was so cool to switch up the format of the game temporarily, in a format otherwise inaccessible due to IP restrictions. Now back to the bots to rescue, there are over 300 bots to save across these levels, with most levels containing 7 bots. These can be pretty well hidden, and at times I struggled finding some, but that made the game all the more fun to me. Many of these bots are styled after PlayStation characters, so when you rescue a familiar character like the Hunter from Bloodborne, you get a sweet hit of serotonin playing off your nostalgia. Are they ever going to bring Bloodborne back? Probably not. There are also puzzle pieces to find in every level that can unlock different things in the hub world, such as a recolor of your ship, or a gacha machine to get accessories for your bots you've saved. Would it really be a great game without a gacha machine? At least this one doesn't make you use real money. As for the gameplay, Astro can do your basic 3D platformer movement, such as running, jumping, and even gliding with his little jetpack, but he can also swim, which is cool. There are tons of different power-ups he can use, such as a dog that essentially works like the rocket nozzle in Super Mario Sunshine, but I personally love the mouse power-up that makes you small because it's super creative, and it's one of my favorite levels. The gameplay is just so smooth. It feels amazing to control, and is super responsive. It never feels stiff controlling Astro, and playing the game is just, well, smooth. I think this game set a new standard for platformer collectathons moving forward, and I'm all for it. There are tons of levels throughout the game. I think 90, including boss battles, special levels, and secret levels. The boss battles are actually a lot of fun. I mentioned how great the special levels are, where you play as Kratos, Aloy, and more, and the secret levels are some of the best in the game, with some really unique mechanics. Aloy's level actually has one of the most cinematic boss encounters in the game, fighting a Blunder Jaw, where you'll ride a red turtle's back through the sea, firing arrows like your life depends on it. Well, I guess it does, because that's one big T-Rex. I actually think the snake and octopus were probably my 2 other favorite fights. I really liked using the chicken jetpack jump to smack the daylight out of the snake, and then the punchy frogs are just my favorite power-up, and it's super satisfying beating up this evil diver robot octopus. The snake fight is actually pretty difficult, but man, it's a lot of fun. The final boss is also actually pretty challenging. You use most of the main power-ups you had throughout the game to throw a good old-fashioned butt whooping his way, and it leads to a very satisfying climax against the main villain the game has been building up since the beginning. Even the credit sequence is a lot of fun trying to hit all the names for some bonus coins. What a game. Also, side note, the boss pretending to surrender only just to try to kill you after is classified as a war crime, so just an observation. Anyway, the story is pretty simple. The final boss we mentioned earlier is a big green bully like something out of Space Jam, and he has broken down our PS5 ship and taken important pieces that have been scattered throughout the galaxies. Also, all our bot friends are in trouble and are scattered around the same galaxies. That's pretty much it. Astro goes around recruiting and saving all types of different bots while he works to restore the PS5. There's also a big surprise twist at the end that Astro dies. Well, actually not really, because we just put him back together. Yeah, there's a lot of fourth wall breaks in the game, and that it really makes it clear the player is the all-powerful hands controlling everything, but it just adds to the charm. Plus, look at Astro dance with his friends. Isn't it just so cute? The beauty of Astro Bot is not the character development and the story, but rather the gameplay, unique levels, and abilities Astro gains. Not to mention little references scattered all throughout. Generally, I'm a gamer that values story over gameplay, but this game made me change my mind. The story is simple and cute, but relatively non-existent. It's not too dissimilar to some all-time classics like Mario 64, where it boils down to, oh, there's a bad guy wreaking havoc, time to collect things to take him down. That being said, the gameplay is just wow. Movement is so crisp, using different power-ups and navigating the levels is just so genuinely fun, and the game never drags to get through. I found myself so excited to see what new quirk they would add to the next level, and there were so many different mechanisms that it was just incredible. You'd think you've seen it all halfway through the game, then they throw in a random day and night mechanic that flips the world sideways on a random level, and you realize just how much effort the team put in to make each level genuinely feel unique and memorable. I love it. My only gripe with the game is that it's a bit short. But for a 3D platformer, it's actually relatively long, and of course the replay value is immeasurable. The game only takes maybe 20 or so hours to 100%, but it's no hassle to dive right back in and start a new playthrough. I just love the game so much. I was hoping the levels were endless. I'm certain this is not the last we'll see of Astro Bot, but until the series returns, I just want to say thank you for giving us such an amazing game. I can't wait for the next entry, but for now, I'll keep trying to lower my speedrun times on the DLC speedrun levels. If you haven't played Astro Bot, I'll tell you right now, you're missing out. This is a game you don't want to miss, and I truly think it deserves 2024's Game of the Year. Get out there and play it. Until next time, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, you might like my Stellar Blade video here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time.